We're back for another festival, and this one's one of my favorites to attend because it's local. It's Tribeca 2025, and we're ready to dive into the more exciting films of the year that you're going to see at the fest. But before we get into what's new at Tribeca this year, we're making a full circle moment that we're really excited about, and I want to share with you. Our very first episode of Look Behind the Look was a deep dive into the film Casino and the incredible work of makeup artist Tricia Sawyer. So when we saw that Casino was getting a 30th anniversary screening here at Tribeca, we knew we had to honor it. We'll be releasing a special bite-sized episode to revisit the film, the looks, and the legacy that helped kick off this whole podcast. Shout out to makeup artist Tricia Sawyer, who got on board with us in the very beginning. As for the rest of the festival, from narrative debuts to genre-bending documentaries, these are the films we're looking most forward to covering this week. And don't forget to head to Substack for even more about what's going on at Tribeca so you don't miss anything. That's substack.com, and then search Look Behind the Look. Move Your Body, The Birth of House, directed by Elegance Bratton. Move Your Body explores the early days of house music and the Black, brown, and queer pioneers who created it. This doc highlights not just the music, but the cultural power and politics behind the movement. It's a film about freedom, identity, and the spaces people built to survive and thrive. Depeche Mode, M, directed by Fernando Freitas. In Depeche Mode M, director Fernando Freitas goes on tour with the iconic band and their fans. It's part road movie, part reflection on grief, devotion, and legacy. Shot across Europe and Mexico with an atmospheric, intimate eye. Whether you're a longtime fan or just music curious, this one promises something deeper than the usual tour doc. Boy George and Culture Club, directed by Alison Elwood. Boy George was never just a pop star, he was a cultural shift. This new film tracks the rise, fallout, and reunion of Culture Club, bringing a new perspective to a band that broke barriers in race, gender, and identity. Director Alison Elwood, you know her from the Go-Go's doc, by the way, dives into the drama and the beauty of a band that helped define a decade. It's Dorothy, directed by Jeffrey McHale. Jeffrey McHale unpacks how the creator of Dorothy in Wizard of Oz became a symbol for generations of queer people. Across decades of cinema, music, and popular culture far beyond the Wizard of Oz. I'm excited to see his layered take on the phenomenon and how stories evolve and take on new meaning. We Are Pat, directed by Rowan Haber. Haber's We Are Pat looks at one of the most controversial Saturday Night Live characters, Pat, and re-examines what the character meant through a modern lens. The film explores the intersection of humor and discomfort with gender identity and public perception, raising questions about how far we've come and what still needs to change. Billy Idol Should Be Dead, directed by Jonas Åkerlund. In Billy Idol Should Be Dead, director Jonas Åkerlund blends live footage, interviews, and animation to tell the story of a rock star who outlived the odds and the expectations. It's said to be a loud, fast, and deeply personal look into what it costs to stay relevant in a world that eats its icons alive. Dear Ms., directed by Celia Alderando, Alice Gu, and Salima Karoma. Dear Ms. brings us into the story of Ms. Magazine and the women behind it. More than a history lesson, the film connects the dots between print media, political activism, and cultural visibility. An inside look at how design and editorial choices shaped an entire movement and why they still matter. My Mom Jane, directed by Mariska Hargitay. And of course, the one I know so many of us are waiting for, especially after the big can reveal, is Mariska Hargitay's My Mom Jane. She tells the story of her mother, Jane Mansfield, Hollywood icon, sex symbol, and the deeply complex woman she was. It's an intimate film about legacy loss and reclaiming the narrative around a star who was often reduced to just her image. The premiere is going to be at Carnegie Hall, and I'm incredibly excited to be there. From music legends to cultural revolutions to personal legacies, Tribeca 2025 is bringing big stories with style and substance. I cannot wait to see these exciting films and share more with you throughout the week. If any lookers are planning to attend, please let me know. I'd love to see you and hear what you're excited to catch during the festival. Make sure to follow along for all our on-the-ground updates, behind-the-scenes coverage, and all the details you won't find in the press notes. See you on Substack, Instagram, and YouTube.